Right, taking that again, that was the obviously this is the different Royal Navy we've seen this time apparently, but it's a helicopter one we now seen this time. God, I have to say, it's bloody windy around here today. I tell you what, it's because that bloody weather, it's bloody windy around here today. So as you can see, at that time, that was the second Royal Navy we've just seen that time. There's obviously not the Air King we saw earlier on, but this time we've just saw a Royal Navy Agustawestland Merlin Mark II we've seen that time. That was the Royal Navy Agustawestland Merlin Mark II from Culdrose we've seen that time apparently. Which as you can see, that registration here is ZH836, that's the registration. As you can see, that was the ZH836, that was the British Royal Navy Agustawestland Merlin Mark II, we just saw that time. So yeah, this is one of the British Royal Navy Merlins that we normally see all the time now apparently. Merlin Mark II helicopters is the one we normally see all the time. And but it looks as if that's just obviously being trained out towards Britannic Airfield. I think this is where it's being trained towards to, apparently just over Britannic Airfield. So yeah, as you can see, this is where it's just done his fly pass, as he was just over 29,000 feet, but just almost at 13,000 feet from here. But obviously, because from here though, it's literally flown about just under 13,000 feet from here. And as you can see here, the call sign is EXC8ALA. That obviously that's the call sign registration. As you can see, that's the call sign here, which is EXCALA9, that is. But I don't know where it's heading off to by the looks of it. And that registration here is a ZH836, that's the British Royal Navy Merlin Mark IIs that we normally see apparently. I'm not a minute. Can't do this, but I'm sorry about that guys, but someone come in, but it's probably just because I'm filming it's just this as well. I don't like when someone comes near me, do you know what I mean? Okay, so like we said, that was the Royal Navy Agustawestland Merlin Mark II as we just now saw this time apparently. So yeah, I don't know where it's heading towards to though, but it looks a bit, looks like it has been trained out just over, yeah, just like it said, it's just been circling around over Britannic Airfield. This is where it's just been doing some circuits over around Britannic Airfield, which is just there apparently. So Britannic Airfield, it's there, look. This is where one of the olden aircrafts that used to be there apparently from the early 90s. There used to be an RAF Britannic apparently, which is just opposite of the Lizard apparently. So that's where Britannic Airfield is apparently. That's where the Merlin Mark II has been trained just over towards to Britannic Airfield. That's where the Merlin Mark II has been trained towards to by the looks of it, just over Britannic Airfield. As it looks like it's been circling around by the looks of it. But now it looks as if he's probably now turning around by the looks of it. It's now at 28,000 feet, but hopefully we might be able to see a second pass from it, hopefully, from the Merlin Mark II, hopefully. But looks like now he's probably doing another circuit, but this time he's got to go Truro and do it, I think. Probably just over Truro area this time, I suppose, but I don't know, to be honest. So anyway, we might catch see the second fly pass, hopefully, from the Merlin Mark II. If so, then we might be able to catch see the second pass from the Merlin Mark II, apparently. Okay, so yeah, thanks for watching, bye bye. Okay, so again, that was the Navy, that was the Royal Navy Agustawestland Merlin Mark II, that was. Obviously there's the same registration as ZH836, that is. And there's the same call sign, EXCA089, that is. As you can see, it's done a bit of hovering, it's done a bit of circuits just outside Truro. As to start with, first thing to start with, he was at just under 45,000 feet, as we just saw from the distance. As he came here just past towards Devon, as we just saw from the distance, and also towards Poundwell as well. So anyway, that's the second fly past we've just seen. As he just literally dropped down the just dropped a feet just over towards Marlow Bridge. As we just saw here, he was at 26,000 feet, and then from here is literally just over 19,000 feet from here. But it looks like to me he's probably now on his way back to Culdrose. I think he's probably now on his way back to his base at RNS Culdrose. That's where he's now heading off to by the looks of it, back to the base at Royal Navy Air Station Culdrose. Which to start with, he was just doing some circuits around Bridenick Airfield. That's what I think the first one I filmed was it was doing some circuits around Bridenick Airfield. As it literally just done a bit of circuits from there apparently. It's just literally taken off at Bridenick Airfield from there. But obviously now, as you can see, he's now on his way back to his base to Culdrose. Now apparently he's now on his way back to Culdrose. Now apparently. Okay, so yep, obviously that's probably one of the two British mini-trees we've seen today. Apparently I think the first one we have seen was the Avenger, there was the Air King Avenger T1, which that's the first one we saw, and then the second one was the Merlin Mark II, which that was the helicopter apparently. But obviously that was a military plane and helicopter we've seen this evening, which is quite weird. So yeah, normally we don't really see one of those mini-trees that we do occasionally see apparently. Okay, so yep, that was the British Navy Merlin Mark II. We've just seen that on apparently, which that was the Agustawestland helicopter AW101. That was an AW101 Merlin Mark II, that was, from Culdrose. So that was a helicopter we saw that time, not Air King, as we just saw earlier on. So yeah, but anyway, thanks for watching, bye bye.